Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We are just getting started. Barcelona have clearly decided to play here with a 5-3-2 formation, Jim.
Well, a reinforced rearguard, Peter, and a compact midfield probably suggests that they're focusing much on giving very little away. I think if you commit to that, then you really can't afford to concede, because it clearly demands a quick change in approach if you do.
And Del Piano! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Cleared without hesitation. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Well, for me, Jim, this one was always going to be about just one man. Always has been, always will be.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, a guy seemingly unbound by normal human limits.
Nothing is impossible, or perhaps it should be impossible as nothing.
Precisely. So to all that are with us, welcome to Zlatan. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now it's Messi. Maldini is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And it's Lahm. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's the chance to counter. And this is Hazard. Roberto Carlos. No goals as yet. Now it's Hazard. That's a good ball. Oh, good-looking ball. Thuram makes the interception. And here's Ibrahimovic. And that's really well manoeuvred. Messi. This is a promising build-up. And it's made its way to him. Hazard. Roberto Carlos.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack. Mateus really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Hazard. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, what has happened here? Roberto Carlos! And that was precious close.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Mateus. Vieira goes sliding in. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Hazard. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And it's Lam.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's shapes to shoot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
It's their second corner of the game. Maldini clears without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Hazard. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Oh, they could be caught out here. And the shot! What a wonderful goal!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now, and the other has to tone it down.
And that has been knocked clear. So, a temporary halt to the action. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Barcelona coming in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Barcelona just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. Back on the way then. Barcelona leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Aims beyond the defence. Out of play for a throw. Now it's Roberto Carlos. And it's Lam. And that's aimed into the middle. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Hullet. Mateus. Messi. Great vision. Oh, just skips past his man. Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Cruyff. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Lam looking to receive it in space. Pass is just off target. Long ball by the goalkeeper.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Well, they've got it again. And it's Roberto Carlos. Cross to the back post. Terrific effort! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
It's a throw-in. And he's managed to gift it back. Now it's Gullit. Roberto Carlos. Your impression so far, Jim?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
And it's Roberto Carlos. And here's Ibrahimovic.
Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He's rising! And that's a good finish. Barcelona are back in business. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 7, el dorsal 21, Messi.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
El dorsal 5.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
El dorsal 15, Drogba. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Pelé with the cross. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Pelé. Pelé gets on his bike and on the move. Vieira wins the duel this time. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Del Piero.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
So not long left in this now. Extra time is imminent, unless something dramatic happens now. Has to go back here. Bale. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. Now it's Gullit. Bale. Gullit. Barcelona are looking to break at pace. That's a nicely shaped ball. Luis Suarez. He's being urged to shoot. In by Messi.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Now it's Pelé. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Bale. He is through here. Bale's cross.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
And that's too far for anyone. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Drogba is firing after that one. Nesta. 2 minutes to be added on. Played out wide. Lahm plays it in. Oh, greatly! Oh, he's done it! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Barcelona. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. He has a look up.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Messi. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Spread to the right. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And here's Del Piero, tries one from range! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Del Piero actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Tries to play it through. That's going to go a long way. But they've got it again. Now here is a true legend of the game. In fact, some still say, Jim, that he's the greatest number one there's ever been.
The mighty Gianluigi Buffon. Yeah, he might get my vote too, Peter. When you consider his consistency at the highest level. OK, he may not be as skillful with the ball at his feet as some of the younger contenders, but you certainly wouldn't want him lining up for the opposition. What a goalkeeper.
Roberto Carlos has it in a wide position, in towards the back stick, and it's hoisted clear. Oh, they can break here. And here's Ibrahimovic. Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. No, that's been intercepted. Still goalless. Mateus. And it's Azar. And it's Azar. And here's Del Piero. Now, can they get him? Tries a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Some great movement here and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Lahm did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. That's great positioning, so good from him.
Roberto Carlos, and here's Ibrahimovic. Lahm promptly onto that, and that is that. No way through there. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Pepe. Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Hullet. Mateus. It's Roberto Carlos. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Del Piero gets into a good position. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Now that looks a decent ball. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Del Piero, given the lift of his goal. And here's the chance to counter. He's in plenty of space here. Well, that's cause for mild irritation.
Barcelona really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
He's being urged to shoot. Oh, there's a probing ball. Messi. It's a really well-measured ball. Barcelona are looking to break at pace. Vieira. And it's Lahm. Referee's given a throw.
Barcelona are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Now this could be a chance. Hazard. Mateus. Look at the space here. Ferdinand is there and he can get that clear. Cristiano Ronaldo. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Space for him to turn and look. Oh, such a clever touch. Messi. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Barcelona leading by 1 at the break.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent, but I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Barcelona leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
That gets us going once more. Barcelona currently ahead by the smallest of margins.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Rafael Varane is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well read, and the danger is averted. Barcelona come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
And it's Cruyff, out towards the flank. And here's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos gets flagged offside. Ferdinand is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Rafael Varane. Bale is herring after that one. Time and again they are repelled. Neymar. That's an excellent interception. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Bullet really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Bale. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
And Messi! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. Punched away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Hullet. And he cuts out the supply. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mateus. Now who's going to be first to this? Well, that has not gone well. Cristiano Ronaldo. Barcelona do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Pinches it off him. And this is Bale. Big chance! Oh, good finish. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Terrific effort! Well taken goal. Certain, searing and imperious.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
Gol del Barcelona. Marcó en el minuto 73 el dorsal 4. Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 7. El dorsal
So changes afoot here, and
Messi.
from both sides.
El dorsal 18.
Shift in momentum,
Cristiano
perhaps.
Ronaldo.
Well, what a
El
difference
dorsal
a goal
6.
makes. Now all of a sudden
Roberto
it seems the
Carlos.
belief is back.
El dorsal 4.
Oh, good read.
Será
He read that really well and stopped it.
El dorsal 22. El dorsal 9. El dorsal
Vieira.
11.
Ibrahimovic.
El dorsal 24.
That's good
El
play.
dorsal 15. Drogba. Cambio de jugadores.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Great vision. He is through here. And this is Hullet. And he's there to clear it. Oh, what a mistake! Aims beyond the defence.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Threads one in. Shapes to shoot! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
That is a brilliant interception. Has a shot! And that's a good finish. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Barcelona now in a position far more desirable.
Yeah, I can't...
Messi! Oh, how's that for a goal? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That was magnificent. The way he cut it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So now the difference is 3. Now it's Drogba. Oh, played right into his... It's Ibrahimovic!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Bullet. 4 added minutes on the board. Best stood his ground strongly. Can he get on the end of this? There's the shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! His utter joy! He engages with absolute happiness. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Barcelona are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Barcelona. And that will be the final act. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Del Piero claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.